Hi, today's going to be a bit of a different video. I want to talk to you about my journey trying to be a good dad to a transgender daughter. And I'll be honest, right up front, I didn't get it right in the beginning, not even close. So stay tuned. My name is Glenn. This is my Hangout, and I'm really glad you're here. If you stay until the end, I'm going to share something very special, some powerful photography from my daughter's journey, and a song she wrote for me. It's AI in its musical background. It's not her singing, but it is her words. And she did make sure that it was composed the way she wanted it to come across. So grab a piece of Kleenex. You might need it. It's definitely a bit of a tearjerker, but I'm very proud of her. And I'm so thankful that she and I have each other now. So, as I said, today, Lana and I are really incredibly close. Not just father and daughter, we're best friends. She's been there for me through some of the hardest moments of my life. My cancer journey has been a long, hard road, and I know it's still ongoing, and I'll do another video about that later on. But I was in and out of the hospital, suffice it to say, a number of times, and because my wife was recovering from a hip replacement, Lana was there for us. She was there for me every step of the way. She helped her mom as much as possible, and she just stepped up. Not Lana carried more than her share, and I can honestly say I don't know what we would have done without her. My son's an amazing young man, and unfortunately, he's been tied up with his own medical issues, so he wasn't able to step in, leaving Lana to bear the brunt of everything on her own. But it wasn't always like this. We didn't really have a very good start in life, Lana and I. So if I go back maybe 30, 35 years ago, I was in completely uncharted territory. Back then, you didn't hear the term transgender. It wasn't something people talked about, not in everyday life. And honestly, even in the medical profession, we would hear a lot of different words like, being transvestites or cross-dressed or effeminate. But the actual word transgender wasn't really something that was commonly used. The truth is, I didn't understand what my child was going through at all. And because of that, I got a lot of things wrong. When Lana was young, it became clear she was very different. She was drawn to things like dolls, playing house, and instead of trying to understand her, I tried to change her. Bad news. Don't try and change your child. Anyway, I pushed sports on her. I redirected her interests. I thought, well, that's what a father's supposed to do. Get your kids into activities that suit their gender. Well, little did I know. Looking back now, I couldn't have been more wrong. Her mom handled things really quite differently, with more patience, more understanding, and honestly, a lot more love in the way she approached things. Unfortunately, I was a little bit of a bullheaded one. Lana and I locked horns a lot. There were arguments, confusion, frustration on both sides. You'll hear that in the lyrics to her song, by the way. She does tell it like it is, and I'm so glad she does. I had her going to psychologists, psychiatrists, trying to figure out who this little person was. And honestly, I hate to say it, but they really directed us in the wrong direction. One psychiatrist had the absolute nerve and audacity to say, "We can fix this." Boy, that was quite the crock, let me tell you. On top of that, Lana had learning challenges, which made everything feel even more complicated at the time. And it's kind of a tough world out there for a young person, especially a child, to try and explain to their parents that they're having gender problems. But as the years went by, one thing became very clear. This wasn't a phase. This wasn't something I could fix. This was who she was. And even then, it still took me years to truly accept that. By the time she was a teenager, things got a lot harder. She was trying to figure out who she was, and I was trying to stop her. And, though it's not easy to admit, it's the truth. She would try and dress effeminately and try and leave the house looking quite effeminate. And I would stop her and say, "No, you're not leaving my house looking like that. What if my neighbors talk?" And honestly, they probably did talk about the idiot guy next door who was not the nicest to their child. by putting blocks up for Lana and making it difficult for her to come into her own, it created quite a bit of distance between us. And there was pain, a lot of regret on my part. When I look back now and I think, wow, you were just kind of a jerk for a father because you wouldn't give your child any of the benefit of the doubt. Well, it probably took me 25 years to learn that you don't get to choose who your child is. Your job is to love them and support them and make them feel safe in their own home. And thankfully, I learned this before it was too late. As Lana grew older, she started building her own path. She explored hairdressing, makeup, artistry, and different creative outlets. They didn't turn into careers for her, but they gave her something just as important. They gave her confidence. And they helped shape the person she is today. When you see these beautiful photos of Lana, she does her own makeup. She knows exactly how she wants to look and appear at any given time. And she has many different looks, as you probably are gathering by now, looking at some of the pictures of us. Today, she's strong, she's confident, she's a beautiful woman. And she also has done incredible things for her community and for others. She supported the suicide prevention initiatives, as you can see from the poster that she's in. She spoke to government groups about being transgendered in the workplace. And she was asked many times to do different things along the way, including a documentary that was shown in our country on CBC. And it was very professionally done and very well done, outlining her journey and her path. And she has her own podcast today. And one of my favorite things in the world is the title of it because it's very simple and very true. This is it. I'm just me. That's the name of her podcast. And it just suits. I think it's a beautiful title and it really strikes very deep down to the heart. And she talks about her journey and her life, which is amazing. And so proud of her for doing every single small thing that she's done and large thing that she's done. And honestly, that says everything. We've also seen her journey captured through art. Photographer Ruth Dick created a powerful photo series when Lana had her breast implants removed. It was something that Lana needed to do for herself. There was a small medical issue that cropped up, and rather than having another implant put in, Lana decided no, she wanted to be natural, and she had them removed. That photo series was so powerful. It was shown in an Ottawa art gallery and it was shown in New York and other areas as well. It's a beautiful series. And as I said, we're going to have a look at those photos at the end of this video. So please don't run away. Anyway, I also want to give a huge shout out to Toronto artist Nickolas Hadaz. He painted a portrait of her when she was 16 years old, which was a very early transition period for her. And I always found it very haunting and very true to life for her because at the time smoking was a big thing. We all still smoked, sadly. But she was also trying to come into her own and she would put her effeminate clothes on in the downtown area of the city we lived in because again, going back, I wasn't the easiest to get along with and she couldn't wear those clothes out of my house. So I really appreciated this oil painting. I hope you enjoy the oil painting as well. It's very, as I said, powerful for me. So the most important part of this story is not the struggle, it's where she is now. Through all the mistakes and all the misunderstandings, we found our way back to each other. And today, we're stronger than ever. If there's one thing I want to say to any parent watching this, it doesn't matter who your child is, whether they're transgender, gay, straight, any part of the LGBTQ community, whether they're theys or thems, they're your child. Give them a safe place, love them, support them. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And you'll find probably you'll get a lot more support from your friends and family when you actually embrace your children for who they are. Because the world can be a really tough place. These kids don't have it easy out there at all. It's dangerous for them a lot of times. There's a lot of political interference that stops them from being who they need to be. And it can be very sad for them. But the one thing I have to stress here is your home should never be that stressful place. It should be the place where they find safe haven and they can relax and be themselves. I wasn't a perfect father, not even close, but I'm grateful every single day that I'm here and that Lana's in my life. She's one of the most special people I know. So, on that note, what I promised you earlier, you're about to see are some of the incredible photos from her journey, followed by that song. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and take it in. And if this story meant something to you, I'd really love to hear from you. Feel free to share it in the comments. And I just want to remind you, I'd appreciate it if you'd give me a like and give me a follow to help my channel grow. So everyone, I'm Glenn. As I said in the beginning, this is my Hangout. Take care, everyone, and thank you for supporting and spending this time with me. Have a great day.
Dear Dad, struggles were had. We didn't always get along. I wasn't an easy kid, but you did the best you could. We laughed a lot, I cried a lot. We had our ups and a few too many downs, but you loved me unconditionally. Through the hard times and the best of times, you grew in so many ways. You learned to face your hurdles, to climb the mountains of life, to endure hardships even when you wanted to give up. I love you, Dad, and I look up to you in so many ways. This cancer journey is taking its toll, but you're a fighter. You always have been, and that I cherish the most. I'm proud of you, and thank you for being my dad. I love you to the moon and back. You have more strength than I could ever have with what life throws at you. Again and again, I hate cancer just as much as you do. Maybe that's where I get some of my strength, because of you. Dear Dad, I love you always and forever. Always remember, our energies are forever.